Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you've never been here before, my name is April, and this is the first installment of my holiday looks. Today I decided I wanted to do a really simple look that you could do if you have like an office party and it's during the day and you don't want to go too heavy with your makeup. And it's also a quick look, so you could get it done like in 30 minutes or so and run out the door. Okay, so brows are on. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do some foundation. Now, I actually already primed my skin. I used some primer oil and some Max Fix Plus. And now the foundation I'm going to use is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. And I use the shade, let's see, 203. And I'm going to apply it with my Makeup Geek Face Buffer Brush. Okay, so now that my foundation is on, I'm going to go ahead and do some concealer. And I'm going to use the combination that I always use every time. It's the Naked Skin Concealer in Light Neutral. And then I love to add a little bit of this Maybelline Dream Lumi Camouflage, I don't even know, highlighting concealer. There we go. And this is in the shade Ivory. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then I like to blend this in with the Beauty Blender. I never blend in my concealer with a brush because I just feel like it leaves too much product behind. And you'll see that I also use this concealer as my eyeshadow primer too, because this one is really good about not creasing, especially once you set it with a powder. So do you guys have any plans for Christmas? I think I might be headed to Vancouver, like right after Christmas, because they have some like light maze, like a Christmas light maze, and it sounds really cool. So I think I'm gonna be heading down there to check that out. And I know I have like a staff party too, so I have to do that. But then for Christmas, I'm just gonna be with the family. What about you guys? Do you guys have any plans? Okay, so I also want to add a little bit of that concealer down my nose and across the Cupid's bow and on my chin. To set all the concealer, I like to use the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. Any powder will do though, anything that's like translucent or no color, like the RCMA is really good. I have that and I use that a lot. But I'm trying to finish up my Laura Mercier because I want to put my RCMA powder in the container. So I'm almost done with this. Chin and whatever's left on the sponge on my nose and on my forehead. I don't like my forehead to be too dewy because I got a big old forehead, so try to make it matte so at least I can disguise it just a little bit. Okay, So I'm going to go ahead and do the face first. So to contour, I actually use a face powder. This is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Medium Plus. It's just like maybe a shade or two too dark for me. So it works really, really well as like a super natural contour. And I'm just going to pat it in first because the foundation is still a little bit wet and I don't want it to move around. So once I have like a powder canvas to work with, I can go ahead and start buffing, but at first I want to just pat it in. Again, I'm going pretty heavy on my forehead because, like I said, I got a big forehead. So just trying to conceal that a little bit. But you see, it's like super natural. I really like how this face powder looks over using like a specific contour powder. Alright, and then for blush, I am using my Wet and Wild Color Icon blush in the color Rosé Champagne. And I really love this shade. It's like super natural. So it doesn't add a ton of color, but it just gives you like a nice flush. And then we got to do some highlighter. Again, like when I think of Christmas, I try to stay on that color palette of like reds and greens and golds and silvers. And so for my highlighter, I am going to go gold. And I'm actually going to use Prosecco Pop from the Jaclyn Hill and Becca collection. But you guys can use any gold highlighter. There are a ton of them out there. I mean, even if you can get your hands on that Wet n Wild, the gold bar one, that one looks super, super pretty. I just don't have it. So I'm going to use Prosecco Pop. So for the eyes, I'm going to use 2 shadows in my crease and then 1 shadow on my lid. For my crease, I'm doing 2 Makeup Geek shadows. I'm using Creme Brulee and Frappe, and I'm just going to mix those together on the brush. And I'm going to get a pretty heavy amount of product, and then I'm just going to blend that into my crease. And I'm going to be using my BH Cosmetics number 12 brush. I really like this brush for my crease. It's really big, really fluffy, really disperses the product. So again, I'm just grabbing a lot. I mean, you can see it's quite a bit there. Alright, so now I'm going to take Rapunzel from Makeup Geek. And this brush that I got at Sally's Beauty Supplies, like, back in high school or something like that. So I really don't know what it is. It says Face Secrets Eye Contour. So, yeah, I'm just using that brush. And I'm going to go ahead and apply this on my brow bone as my brow bone highlight. It's kind of a yellow gold, so it kind of keeps with that color scheme that I was talking about. Plus, it just looks so pretty when you, like, turn your head and your brow bone hits the light. It looks really, really nice. And I'm just going to use the side of the brush to kind of blend the brow bone color into the crease shade. Okay, so I am going to be using Rapunzel on my lid as well. But before I do that, I wanted to apply a cream shadow first. And the one that I wanted to use, where did it go? There it is. The one I wanted to use is the Laura Mercier Caviar Stick in Rose Gold. And this is just a sample that I got in my Sephora Play box. But it's really, really pretty. It's a nice, like, toned down shade of gold. And when you set this with the Rapunzel shade from Makeup Geek, it just looks so pretty. And for this look, because I wanted to keep it easy and quick, I didn't want to do a wing liner. I wanted to do a smudgy liner. And so we are going to use the Ulta gel liner in Mink. And Ulta's gel liners are super good. They're really, really smooth, really, really pigmented, and super easy to smudge. But then, like, once they set, they don't go anywhere. I think it's one of my favorite formulations for gel liners. So this is what it looks like. This is the color Mink. It's like a super, super deep brown. It's almost black. And I'm just going to do like a messy line as close to my eyelashes as I can get it. So you want to do one eye at a time because you don't want that liner to dry out and then you can't smudge it. So again, as close to your eyelashes. I like to just rest the pencil on my eyelashes and then draw across, and my eyelashes kind of act as a guide. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect because you are going to be smudging it. I don't like to leave it all brown. I actually like to have black, like a super thin line of black up against my lash lines. My lash line. And then to do that, I use my Kat Von D tattoo liner in Trooper. So again, just like the thinnest line possible right against the lash line, just because it will make your lash line look fuller if it's black, because you're going to be using black mascara. I like to blend the two together so it's not so obvious. So I'll take a little bit more of the pencil and I'll run that over the gel liner. And you can skip this step. It's not really that big of a deal. It's just more like attention to detail than anything else. It will still look really good just with the brown liner smudged out. The liner's done. I'll go in close so you guys can see. It just really, like, it's not super harsh, and so it kind of has that feathering from blending out the brown, but you also have like that nice darkness on your lash line to make your lash line look a little bit fuller. So now that that is done, I'm gonna go ahead and curl my eyelashes and add mascara. And then once my mascara is on, that's when I like to take off my bake, because I have a really bad habit of getting like mascara dots under my eyes. So it helps me to clean that away if I leave the bake there. So let me go ahead and do that. I'm going to go off camera and I'm going to do my mascara, curl my lashes and do my mascara, and then I will be right back and we'll do the lip. Okay, so I'm back. So actually before we do the lip, I'm going to finish off the eyes. And I'm just gonna take any like really small brush, something like this is good. This is the Morphe R41, but Makeup Geek has a good one. The Defined Crease brush would work. Just anything small that fits under the eyes. And I'm gonna take Frappe, the color that we mixed in with creme brulee earlier, and I'm just gonna buff that under my eyes, and I'm going to connect it to my crease, because I kind of want that crease shade to kind of go all the way around. It makes the look a little bit more cohesive. And for an inner corner highlight, I'm just going to use my finger with Makeup Geek Shimmer Shimmer. This is what it looks like. It's like a white gold. So just grabbing my finger and then patting that in there. This is a really intense shadow. Really, really metallic. I think it's one of her first shadows that came out when she launched her line. It's so pretty. Okay, so now that we have our inner corner highlight, we can go ahead and do mascara on the lower lash line. Oh, and by the way, the mascara I'm using for my top and my bottom lashes is the CoverGirl Supersizer. I swear by this mascara. You guys can see my eyelashes are like really, really long. and normally they're super straight. So the only thing I can use to get my eyelashes up and curled and staying curled for the whole day is this mascara, and this is the waterproof. Now, it is real hard to get off at the end of the day, but to have my lashes looking like this, where they almost look like false lashes, I'm willing to do the work. So, I mean, that is personal preference. Most people will never use waterproof mascaras because they hate having to take them off at the end of the day. But I don't mind it. Another thing that would look really pretty with this look is maybe like a nude liner on the inner, on the waterline. I don't ever put liners on my waterline because I'm a contact lens wearer, and I've yet to find a liner that doesn't bother my contacts. If I get something on my contacts, like, that's it. My eyes are itchy for the rest of the day, and I rub off all my eye makeup, so I just avoid it altogether. But I think a nude liner would look super good with this, if you have like a daytime event, or maybe like some brown liner if you're doing like nighttime. So since this look is supposed to be meant for daytime, I didn't want to do a bright red or a deep red lip. I'll do that for another look, another like holiday look coming up. But for this one, I wanted something that had like some red tones, but that was still good for daytime. And so the one that I found in my collection was called Driver's Seat, and it's one of the new Smashbox ones. And again, this is a sample I was lucky enough to get in my Sephora Play box. So I've really been liking that subscription box. If you are thinking about it, I would get it because I use all the products I get. They're all super good products. I do get a lot of skincare in it, like a lot of moisturizers and stuff, but I don't mind, because I'm always running out of moisturizer, and so I use those all too. Like, I'm running out of some of the ones that I got before. And then the makeup products we get are really good. I mean, I know this is totally off topic, but I'm just saying you should get it if you don't have it. It's really nice. So anyways, I'm using this color. Now in the tube, this looks like kind of pink, but, and well, you can see it kind of has like some reddish undertones in there. So that's why I really like this for like a daytime holiday look. So I will go ahead and apply that, and then we will be right back. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. So again, this is more meant to be like office party friendly or quick get out the door. Um, and I hope you guys really like this. Let me know if you are thinking about wearing a look like this, or where you would wear it to. And again, tell me about your plans for Christmas. I'm really interested in what everybody's doing this year for the holidays. So anyways, I hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.